Hello, we're here talking about job search strategies today. So, we're going to jump right into the presentation. And job search strategies are really support that narrows down the job search to the top positions you would most likely to secure an interview for. And a lot of this is getting into organizing your thoughts, understanding who you are, and then really just knowing what types of companies you want to look to getting an interview for. The first thing you really need to know is yourself. So, your personal brand is the most important piece to this. You must be able to talk about your own experience, which is your personal brand, in an organized, concise way before even starting a job search. You can start to, gather ideas on what types of companies you'd like to look for and kind of move in that direction. But having this personal brand piece is so important. You can see there's an example there for myself. This is my journey. I'm not really going to go into it, but you can see like I can very clearly talk about each one of the pieces of my career journey. And you want to be able to do that for yourself. So, really think about what your personal brand is and being able to talk about yourself before even moving into um, looking at for jobs. Knowing your values is going to be really important here too. Understanding what is most important to you, your values can support aligning your values with company values. This is so important. So I have seen it time and time again where people they don't look at the value system that backs the company, and then they end up somewhere that they really are not happy with, and they're going through this process again where they're having to look and relook and research on companies that are around. So definitely think about that as you're building out what types of research you're going to do, and listing out the companies that you are going to be applying to and hoping to secure interviews for. There is a module on values in the resume course, so check that out to really help hone in on your value system. Okay, let's get into actually job search strategies, researching the company. So, when you're looking at companies, the best way to do this is to really look at industry wide. And so, start to narrow down industries that you are interested in because each industry has companies that also has a wide variety of job functions in that company. So, for example, I might be interested in, say, the medical industry, and the medical industry has many companies in them. Like, let's say, organizations like hospitals, maybe those are pharmaceutical companies. There might be like sales for medical supply. So think about that, right? So now you're drilling down to the types of companies that are inside of that industry. And then each one of those companies has a wide variety of job opportunities. So every hospital also has a marketing division, they have a communications division, they have an HR division, and then obviously you've got nurses and doctors and physical therapists and all of those different types of job functions that might fit into that. So don't, you know, don't rule out a certain job just because it sits in a or in an industry or at a company that you might not think would fit your qualifications. So think about that. We're really drilling down industry, company, job function. Okay, so you really want to look at what do you care about and what are you passionate for when you're looking at the companies and the industries that you'd like to ultimately apply to. And so think about the things that matter to you. You've done the work on your values, you've done the work on what's like your skills. So think about what do you care about? What's going to get you up every day and help you want to go to work? Not every job, no job is perfect. I will say that. I have never seen a person come to me and say, my job is absolutely perfect. There are going to be things in jobs that do maybe not align, but you want to get as close as possible to your own passions. So, for example, I am just passionate about helping people. It took me a little bit to get there, but I did figure that out early on enough to know that I wanted to be in a helping profession. So, for me, it does not matter where I land in that space, but it was really important to me that I was serving and helping people. So that's something that I would look for in a company. So once you have like sort of what it is that you're passionate for, you're starting to just do Google searches on maybe the industries that you want to um, be in. Once you know those industries, you're actually going to Google search the companies in those industries, right? Once you have like maybe a top 5 to 10 company list that you would like to start applying to, you're going to look if that company offers roles that you're qualified for. And that goes back to, maybe you want to work in a medical field, but you're in supply chain, right? You don't have to necessarily be a nurse or be front line with patients in order to work in the medical industry. So you have to look and see what types of roles are out there and are you qualified for them. So think about that. Then that last piece is do the company research. Find everything you can on that company. So, what does their annual report say? Do you like what it says? Does it align with what you think and what you're passionate for? Does it align? Does the direction of the company feel good to you? Do you agree with that? And if so, these are good companies to put on your list to start applying to. Okay, so once you've done that research, right, you've got to move into tracking your search. Okay, so you want to create a spreadsheet for companies, company name, contact name, values, application status, interview status, compensation plan, anything else that's important for you to know. Check that out and, just be start tracking everything you know about those companies. So you have maybe your list of top 5, top 10 companies that really are important to you after doing that research. Create this spreadsheet and just start tracking everything you know about your interactions and your touch points with these companies. The other thing that you can look at is creating a spreadsheet or a visual that's tracking your own brand. So you could track your experiences, the values that are important to you, the things that you've felt are important to you, and also your stories. And we've in the resume review, or I'm sorry, the resume class, we've talked about how you are building stories. So you can track those high level, great stories that help tell your story in the end to companies. So that is actually job search strategies in a nutshell. There is more to it, but this kind of just gives you an idea of how to start that job search strategy piece and kind of move into a positive direction. Thanks for listening today, and we'll see you soon.